At the moment of liftoff, there were numbers changing on the dashboard. There were sounds indicating in the voice loop that we'd had liftoff. But what did we feel? I think we felt in those early moments that we were not attached to the ground anymore, but there was a slight hunting, maybe, of the guidance system.
I described it as a nervous novice driving a wide car down a narrow alley. You know, you got to make corrections. You're not quite sure. You zig this way and that way. And what it is, it's those big motors underneath, gimbaling, you know, swiveling back and forth to keep you in balance. This thing is a pencil as it goes up, and it has to be balanced very precisely. And the gimbaling of the motors, you feel in the seat of your pants, and thinking, gee, that launch tower is just a few feet off to one side. I hope this sucker isn't going to gimbal over in that direction too much. And then when they tell you launch tower clear, you kind of say, oh, whoosh, that's good. We don't have to worry about hitting that moose, and then off you go from there.
Will metal stand this kind of vibration? Have the engineers realized how this thing shakes? Because it shakes and vibrates so much more than I ever imagined.
The sound and reverberations come from those engines, those 5 engines, when they're ignited. It shakes the whole body, the reverberations from it. It's very emotional.
I was wondering, why did we do all the launch simulation? If I had had to reach a switch with all of that vibration going on, I wouldn't have quite been sure where I was putting my hand.
What did it feel like? It felt like a train on a bad railroad track and shaking in every direction. And it was loud, really loud.
The noise was terrific. If we'd had to abort, we really couldn't. I mean, I could not communicate that to Frank Borman, the commander. It was violent, sideways, shaking. I felt like a rat in the jaws of a terrier.
You can envision a 360-foot long limper fishing pole and some big guys wiggling it down on this end, and you're out on the other end going like this. And that's what Saturn felt like.
Using a new Saturn series rocket, the 36-story tall Saturn V. Its 3 stages had almost 5.5 times the thrust of Apollo 7's rocket, and the liftoff subjected the astronauts to increased stress and vibration.
You have these giant engines down there gimbaling, 1.5 million pounds of thrust, flicking themselves back and forth like a sort of a garden hose you're riding up into space. We're at the end of a 360-foot vehicle. Think of it not as a big rigid hunk like the Washington Monument, but more like a whip antenna on an automobile. So at the top, we were really being thrown around. And basically, during the first 10 or 15 seconds, we could not speak to each other, and we couldn't hit a switch on the instrument panel if we had to because of the motion.
Two, 1, 0, all engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
Okay, we got a roll program.
Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading. Plus 30 seconds.
Roll complete and pitches program.
0, all engines running. Commit. Liftoff.
Apollo 12 lifted off in the driving range.
Pete Conrad reports the York program is in.
36 seconds later, lightning struck the spacecraft.
I don't know what happened here. We had everything in the world drop out. I'm not sure we can get hit by lightning. Fuel cell lights and AC bus light. Fuel cell disconnect. AC bus overload 1 and 2. Main bus A and B out.
The tower is clear.
And we have a roll program. Roger. You have good thrust on all 5 engines. Thanks, Toro. Roll complete. Roger. And we have a pitch program. Roger.
Building up to 7.7 million pounds of
all
thrust.
engines running. Launch, can we have a liftoff?
We have a launch commit and we have a liftoff. The swing arm is moving back. We cleared the tower.
Roger, clear the tower.
Houston is now controlling.
Oh, you have good thrust in all five. Roger.
Pitch and roll program started.
Roger.
16 now maneuvering to its proper flight path attitude. Mark 27 seconds. Ignition sequence started. All engines are started. We have ignition 2, 1, 0. We have a liftoff. We have a liftoff and it's lighting up the areas. It's just like daylight here at Kennedy Space Center as the Saturn V is moving off the pad. It has now cleared the tower.
Go for orbit. Go for orbit.
Those are kind words, Robert. We're go for orbit here.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, liftoff and the clock has started. Yes, sir. Reading you loud and clear. This is Freedom 7. The fuel is go. 1.2 G. Cabin at 14 psi. Oxygen is go. Cabin pressure holding at 5.5. Cabin holding at 5.5. Fuel is go, 2.5 G. Cabin 5.5. Oxygen is go. The main bus is 24, and the isolated battery is 29. Roger, 5 to 5. Get the other 7 here. Fuel is go.
You have 100. Okay. Mark, click off. That's you, both places. And that's you. Auto. Yeah. Well, auto. Please spin another roll program. Small numbers. Okay. LV Endeavor. Okay, LVH. Next event is throttle back. Okay. At 0.8. 6. About 1,000 low. 8. I see 3 throttling back. Roger. I see 3 at about 70. Okay. Next event is throttle up. 1.1. I see 3 throttling up. Okay. Good. I see 3 at 104, 1500 low. Copy 1500 low. I'm about to Houston, go at throttle up. Okay. There's Pacific to draw on pitch. Okay, I see that. We see the charge. Copy. Okay, let's get on the charge.